afternoon, everybody. Evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. We will have Coach Collins followed by Pete Nance and Elijah Williams. We'll have an opening statement from the head coach and then open the room to questions. If you'd like to ask questions, just get my attention. I'll manage it from here. Coach?
All right. Thanks, guys, for being here. Appreciate it. Thought it was a great atmosphere in there this afternoon. Really appreciate all the students and people who came out. I thought it was like a really fun atmosphere for a college basketball game Saturday afternoon. You know, it's what when you're a kid, you want to play in those kind of venues. And I appreciate the people coming out to support us. Really tough loss. No other way to say it. You know, if you would have asked me before the game, Kofi was going to have to take 17 shots to get 20 points. They'd have nothing out of Frazier, nothing out of Plummer, nothing out of Grandison. I would have felt really good about our chances, and that's our defense kept us afloat. I thought Illinois defended us very well in the first half. I give them a lot of credit. I thought their physicality on the perimeter really stifled what we were trying to do in the first half. I thought we made some adjustments at halftime with our offense, and I thought we played really good offense in the second half. We found some things that were working. We were getting good shots. You know, got the lead. Fought really hard, got really good minutes from a lot of guys. Ty Berry, I thought, gave us really good minutes. Obviously, Greer, Elijah Williams off the bench. And then, you know, just you kind of look down and you just, at those times, sometimes you just got to make a big shot. You know, you got to, you know, I remember Boo one time got in the middle and got a floater, and it was a really good look, and it kind of hit the rim 3 times and fell off. And you know, we got a wide open look with Elijah on a good possession. We moved the ball, found him, and had an open shot. And obviously, he doesn't knock it down. It's not a mistake. But then for them, you know, their freshman comes in, Brandon comes in and makes a huge 3 at the top that's contested. You know, and those are the things, you know, when you're trying to win in this league, I mean, you look at the last 5 games we've played, guys, when you go at Michigan State, at Purdue, at Michigan, and your 2 home games are Wisconsin and Illinois, you know, that's as good as it gets in terms of competition. Forget about in the Big Ten, but that national. And, you know, really with the exception of the Purdue game, those other 4 games, you know, we're right there to win all 4 of them. We won 1. And so we have to continue with the fight. I told our guys it's a 20-game season. It's not a 10-game season. We do not like where we are. You know, we didn't envision ourselves being where we are halfway through the season. We feel like we have played better than what our record is, but you are what you've earned. And, you know, our goal now is to flip the script. We got 10 left. We got a home game Tuesday night, and we've got to try to find a way to get a win and get some positive momentum to put together a really good second half of the season. But, man, the effort that our guys are coming out with every night, I mean, I couldn't be more proud of our guys with that. And if you miss a shot, that's not a mistake, guys. You know, running a play and missing a good shot, you know, that's not, you know, that's not, you know, not getting it done. That happens sometimes. We just haven't been able to kind of get that momentum with that and give Illinois credit. You know, I thought Kofi made a couple big buckets down the stretch. I thought they made free throws. Obviously, Devontae Williams' tip dunk was a huge play when we got Kofi to miss there. And like I said, I thought they got good minutes out of Melendez. And I don't want to disrespect him. So Brandon, you know, who came off the bench, you know, their freshman, came in and gave him 5 big points in a 50-point game. So those guys did a great job for those guys.
Questions? Kevin?
Yeah, and I think in your 8 Big Ten losses, you've had the lead in the second half in 5 of them. Is there a common thread you can look at in all these games where you haven't closed it out and you say, this is why we're not getting over the finish line?
I really don't. You know, I think all those games is kind of a different storyline. You know, the last game we went 3 for 8 from the foul line in the last 2 minutes, you know, against Michigan, and Terrence Williams threw in a 3 and Caleb Houston made a rainbow 3, you know, to beat us by 2, you know, and so tonight was a different story. You know, tonight, like I said, I thought if you analyze, I thought we did some really good things down the stretch in the last 4 minutes. We got the ball where we wanted. You know, we weren't able to get to the bonus. So one time we got Chase getting downhill. He got fouled, but it was only 5 team fouls, you know, where they were in the bonus. You know, so that should have been we weren't in the bonus, you know, which is kind of a common thread in most of our games. That's a common thread, if you want to ask me, is the foul disparities. But our guys, you know, every game has been different. you know, and it's about like you got to keep putting yourself at the door. So it's different. Are you turning the ball over? Are you having, like, I didn't see that. I mean, we have 9 turnovers. Are we getting bad shots? No. I mean, a turnaround jumper from 12 feet from Pete Nance is a good shot. A floater in the lane, Boo Booey is a good shot. You know, Elijah had a wide open 3 late in the game. We have confidence he can make that. Ryan Greer, when we're down 3, gets a really good ball movement, a wide open 3. You know, it's the same 3 that their guy makes. So, you know, you have to just keep coming to the drawing board. You got to stay confident, even though it's hard. You know, you got to, but it'd be different, guys, if I was walking here and saying, man, we're just making crazy mistakes. You know, and if you guys see that, tell me different. I don't see crazy mistakes. You know, I see just not being able to kind of hit that big shot or make those big free throws. You know, obviously Maryland, Penn State, we had free throws down the stretch. So a couple of those were free throws. A couple were not being able to get a big bucket. A couple were not being able to get a big stop. So I think every game is different. I don't see a common thread. You know, I do think that our guys, you know, believe that we can win. You know, I think the talk has been very positive in the huddles. We just haven't been able to get it done. You know, and these last 5 games in particular, there's a reason why all those teams are ranked in the top 10 of the country. They don't lose very much. So, you know, like, you know, when you play Wisconsin, Purdue, Michigan State, Illinois all in a row, those are the 4 teams that are ranked in our league. So there's a reason they're ranked. They win a lot of basketball games, and give them credit for that. And we're going to keep fighting. I'll tell you that. Like, if you don't see, and you can have any narrative you want, but if you don't see a group out there, like, I don't see guys playing timid. I see guys fighting. I see them guys putting their hearts on the floor. And that's why I feel sick, you know, because I want so badly for them to get over the hump of this. They've put a lot into it. They've stuck together for multiple years. They deserve better, and that's what we're going to do. That's the attitude. You turn it. Like, I've always said to the guys, man, if you get knocked to the canvas, you got 2 choices. You can tap out, or you can get up and fight back. And we're not going to tap out. We're going to keep fighting, and we got 10 games left to do that.
Right here.
Yeah, it seemed like Elijah did a pretty good job on Kofi, but obviously he's given up like 6 inches to him. Was the thinking with putting him on Kofi just kind of keep Pete out of foul trouble after he struggled with that?
Yeah. I mean, Pete had his 3rd foul there, you know, right to start of the second half, and we needed, you know, Pete. We were getting some mismatches with him. Pete was really, you know, doing some things on the offensive end, and then Ryan Young got in foul trouble. So, you know, we kind of done that. If you saw our Michigan game, we did that in the last game with Dickinson. Elijah did a great job on Dickinson. I think he only had 7 points or whatever our last game. And we kind of found that with that duo playing together, it serves us a little better maybe to get some minutes with Elijah. He's got a little bit more weight down there, a little bit more leverage against those big power guys. I thought he did a great job. You know, I mean, guys, Kofi's going to score. But he took 17 shots to get 20 points. That's a good job against the guy who gets most of his shots right at the basket. So, like, our defense couldn't have been better. I mean, again, the way Trent Frazier's been playing this year, to hold him to 2 baskets, the way Alfonso Plummer's been playing, to hold him to 2 baskets, Jacob Grandison 1 basket. I mean, we couldn't have fought any harder on the defensive end. You know, we just weren't able to kind of make those big shots and buckets in the last couple of minutes that we needed to get the win.
Lauren and then Patrick.
This is the first sold-out crowd here since you guys played Illinois in 2020. How much do you acknowledge the rivalry, or do you just approach this game like every other game?
Well, obviously, our people really came out, which is great, and they have a great following, you know, and in the state, and we know that, you know, in this area in Chicago, there's so many alums from other schools that, you know, especially these really established programs, they're always going to have a nice turnout here. So it made for just a great atmosphere. I so appreciate it, you know, that our students, and I hope our students will keep coming out, you know, even though we've come up short here. And it really hurt us, guys. We had 3 games where we had no students. I mean, no one's really, I mean, we haven't made that excuse. Or our first 3 conference games, we weren't allowed to have any students at the game. That's a big deal. You know, when you go on the road and you play at Michigan State and you play at Purdue and you see what those atmospheres are like at Michigan. These last 2 games we've had against Wisconsin and Illinois, we've had a great, I mean, our building, when people are in those stands and there's energy in Welsh Ryan, it's really a fun place for a game. And I so appreciate, and I hope the students will continue, because the students is where the energy comes from. And for them, these last couple games to come out and really support our guys has been fun. Is this a rivalry yet? No, because in a rivalry, both teams have to win. you know, and we haven't been able to do that. That's the reality the last couple years. You know, my first couple years, we were kind of getting the upper hand. Coach Underwood's done a really good job. Their record the last couple years, what they've built, what they've done, you know, like a rivalry is when both teams kind of, now are they hard fought games? Absolutely. But if we want to make this a rivalry, we got to start getting some wins, you know, and obviously we got to continue to get better if we want to do that.
Coach, you touched on this a little bit, but looking back at this recent goal stretch, are there positives that you think you can take away from being right there?
Yeah. I mean, if you don't see positives from watching that game, I just told you. I mean, the defense. I mean, who has played Illinois and defended them like that? You know, who is? I mean, Trent Frazier is one of the best guards in the country. The job that our guys did on him, you know, what Plummer's done, the way we made Kofi work. I mean, the contributions we got off the bench from Ty Berry, from Ryan Greer, Elijah Williams, the way Pete, you know, came back after being really disappointed how he finished the game at Michigan, for him to come back and get 21 and 5 and be assertive like that. Yeah, I mean, guys, if you play Illinois to a one-possession game, one of the best teams in the country, there's going to be a lot of positives. You know, now the negative is, at the end of the day, we didn't win, and that's what I'm sick about. You know, is walking in that locker room, because our guys deserve better from the effort. But you know what? You get what you earn, and obviously it wasn't good enough, and we gotta rally the troops. Like I said, we are not going to tap out. I promise you that. We got a lot of heart, you know, a lot of will in that locker room. We got a lot of guys that have put a lot into this, and I know for a fact that these guys are going to keep fighting.
Anything else for Coach? Last one here.
How hard is it to keep you've done a good job of it, obviously, like you said, the not tapping out, but how hard is it to keep coming back when you've come up short in so many close games? I feel like it's gotta be tough.
Yeah, it is. It is. No, I mean, it's human nature, man. Like these guys, the commitment that all these teams make, you know, the hours, you know, coming in at night, shooting, the film study, the weightlifting, the preparation for all these games. These guys put a lot into all this, and as every team does. Illinois, all these teams, they put a lot into this. And, you know, when you don't have a chance to be rewarded with those locker rooms where you can throw water around and jump on each other and smile and laugh, and it's hard. But, you know, that's where you got to be resilient. You got to dig down. You got to find something more in there, and that's what we're gonna do. You know, I have no doubt in my mind that our guys are gonna come back tomorrow. We're going to dust ourselves off. We're going to get off the pavement, and we're going to try to put a game plan together for Rutgers on Tuesday night.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.